in third place with 18 points. And we are underway. Danbury Colonials in their home white jerseys with the gray and orange trim. They'll be skating from right to left. On your screens at home, in goal for the Colonials is number 1, Michael Nardi. Nardi comes in with a record of 2-2, a goals against average of .425, a save percentage of 85.6 as he shovels this one along for Maverick Skeens. Meanwhile, for the Skylands Kings, Jacob King getting the call in goal. He has a record of 2-4, a goals against average of .434. A period really getting freight trained into the net. And as injured as he appeared to be at the time, he didn't miss a single second. He stayed in the game and got the overtime victory.
Well, O'Brien's a gamer, but we saw it on this ice surface a lot, especially between the Colonials and the pro game that was that evening. You know, a lot of these awkward hits along setup, and I got to say, there is something poetic about a man named Jacob King in net for the Kings. It reminds me of, in the WHL, you had Wheaton King playing for the Brandon Wheat Kings.
I mean, when you have a name like that, where else are you going to play?
Some things are just meant to be.
This is controlled by the Kings, and they'll take it out of their zone. This is Dinzik foisting one off the boards. That's gloved down by Cole Madzey. Madzey can't get it deep. Dinzik can, and this one will take a very weird bounce off of the boards right onto the stick of Cole Madzey.
How many times did we see that the other day, too? Those doors over in the corners at the far side and then on the near side corner of the Skylands end right now makes for some very weird bounces.
And goaltenders, well, we saw goaltenders go wandering in yesterday's game as well. We'll see if they're a bit more grounded today. Here's Trevor Christopher.
He can start to get a little bit more comfortable because the longer you go without touching the puck, the more antsy you are.
Cole Hibbert off the draw manages to at least get it forward, but then it's quickly taken away, but not out of the zone by Maverick Skeens. That one goes off the stick of Zach Turner, or check that, Jimmy Dravage. Good to see Dravage back out there after he was injured in yesterday's game. He did not play in the third period or overtime. Maverick Skeens gives back for Madzey. Madzey off the stick of Mishar, not deep. Christopher will collect. He'll flip one up into the neutral zone. Maverick Skeens there to retrieve. Skeens circling back, gives over to Cole Madzey. Madzey sends this off the stick of Dravage. Dravage will roll, manage to bounce his way over to Zach Turner. And then Zach Turner's dump-in attempt managed to bounce in on goal. Nice pickup, Zach Turner, a native of Colorado, played his first game for the Colonials yesterday. He gets the overtime game-winning goal. That's a way to start.
Not a bad debut. You know, I'm reminded of Gary Carter's first game with the New York Mets back in 1984, and his first game with the New York Mets, it's a walk-off home run at Shea Stadium. There are certain ways that you can endear yourself to a new team, and overtime winner, not a bad way to do it.
Yeah, usually that one will do the trick. Sent back by Westendorf. Christopher now at his own blue line. Can't do anything with it. He'll have to go back and retrieve. 7 minutes gone by here in the first period. Only 3 shots total so far in this game. 2 for the Colonials, 1 for the Skylands Kings. As Joe Arnold lost control of the puck. Flipped in on goal. King will simply let it bounce off of his pads. Unable to hold the blue line, and offsides is called. Sit around, another weird bounce off the boards. That time it ends up behind the net. Puck taken out by Trevor Souza, and here comes Souza. He'll look to split the defense. Instead, poked off of the stick by Connor Lefkoff. Souza able to collect the puck himself. Now back at the point. Shot went towards goal off the stick of Keegan McCarthy. That was knocked away.
Nate Mastroni played a very up-and-down game yesterday. He took a lot of hard checks, but he's a tough son of a gun out there for the Danbury Colonials. He had a very, very physical game.
Yeah, Mastroni, one of the smaller players out there, but he certainly doesn't play like it.
Oh, he's strong. Right? His lower part of his body is used to such advantage. That's why Kevin Cunningham trusts him with key defensive minutes.
Another offsides call as Cole, with 48 seconds remaining with 4-on-4 action and 10:37 remaining in the first period.
Well, we saw a little bit of 4-on-4 action yesterday, and it didn't result in any goals in regulation time. But you were able to, it did eventually turn into a power play for the Danbury Colonials, and they scored on that power play on the 4-on-3.
Yep, that's, again, overtime in this league. It was the Skylands Kings' first overtime game of the season. But it's 3-on-3. They took a penalty, and well, Zach Turner Right man, right spot. Worked out all right for him.
The open space is sometimes very hard as that's an offsides. It's very
remaining here in the first period as it's Connor Lefkoff, the defenseman, this time leading things forward. Puck was knocked off his stick. Trevor Christopher is there, and he sends one off the skate of Cole Madzey and all the way down. That one actually rolled up into the glove of Michael Nardi. He shushes it away. And
he flicked it away like he was trying to flick a booger off his hand.
Yeah, a little bit.
Get this off me.
Well, he wasn't expecting the puck. He doesn't want it right now. These boys are on the power play. There's only 18 seconds remaining on it.
You know that's how Peyton Manning describes how to throw a football, by the way?
Really?
He released an instructional video as Madzey takes a shot.
They score! My goodness. Cole Madzey was the goaltender of record back on November 8th. A 3-1 loss at Elmira. He's looking to get his first victory since the end of October. As this shot from the point goes wide. Public address announcer seemed a little confused there for a minute, but
he's just as surprised as we are that went in.
So 7:10 to go here in the first period. The Danbury Colonials hold a 1-0 lead. Back at the point, the shot by Madzey gets pinballed wide. Now Maverick Skeens stepping on in. Skeens desperately calling for the puck is Dravage. Instead, he'll go back to the point. Shot goes wide. Picked up and should be able to be cleared by Myers. He gets it as far as the red line before Maverick Skeens turns things around. And Madzey, this time on goal again. Why not? This time King gets enough of it. Given along for Cole Hibbert. Hibbert separated from the puck. Nice job by Zach Turner. Heiler and Dravage come together. Now Colby Donovan scores! Colby!
Often get a shot on goal and start supplying pressure. You want to see them tighten up defensively, but as long as they're starting to improve on their 200-foot game, that's the kind of shift you want to see in response.
Cole Hibbert with a defensive zone win. However, they can't clear. Here's a Copa shot. He scores!
Shot and stop the shot as possible. It gets redirected in front, and Jacob King gets beat to the top side.
A rough period for Jacob King with a pair of goals that he'll want to have back, and then another one that deflects in off his own defenseman. So with 4 minutes remaining here in the first period, the Colonials have restored the 2-goal lead. It's 3-1. Shoveling that behind the net is Nardi, but Hibbert is there to collect for Skylands. He goes back to the point. A bit of a handcuff shot, and then deflected in front and landing flat on his back was Clark. Or check that, that was Joe Arnold who went flying through the air. That can't be comfortable.
Well, Arnold is that physical player. He likes getting in front of that net.
Arnold throwing the body around. As this goes around Franklin Berry, trying to get the puck out of the zone. Eventually able to is Zach Turner, and he'll go off for a change. Under 3.5 to go now in the first period. Long pass by Madzey. Cope gives up ahead for Donovan. Donovan tries to fight off Kenny. He does, but then lost possession of the puck. Now Cope, again, or rather Donovan looking for Cope in front. Here's Mujan. Mujan will flip this one wide of the cage. Nardi again directs it behind. Souza, who is a defenseman up on the play, sends one through the slot. Nearly able to get a stick on it was Sean Kenny. Now Kenny again, this time intended for Dinzen, never got there. Mujan takes a shoulder. Kenny takes the puck, sends it once again into the slot, this time taken away by Misha Mashar. And Mashar will flip it into the Skyland zone. 2 Fiends will send it along for Kyle McEnany, as there is a real wealth of forwards out on the ice for the Colonials right now. Here is Mastroni. Saw the incoming check of Trevor Christopher, lost possession of the puck. Now we have a whistle and a high
off the blue line, and McEnany was in the corner. Palamike has covered for his forwards defensemen taking chances a couple times in this game because Palamike is so steady with his stick.
And he's defensively responsible as well. And, well, with the active defense that the Danbury Colonials have, the forwards always have to be aware of who's actually manning the blue line. So we've got 65 seconds to go here in the first period. 3-1 your score. Cole Hibbert lost possession of the puck, and this will go across to Madzey. Madzey tried feeding up ahead for Donovan, cut off by Souza. Now Trevor Souza finds the puck on his stick. He gets around the defenseman. Souza a shot, shrugged off by Nardi.
What a terrific shot by Souza there, because we said it all day yesterday. Souza's such a fast player. You got to give him a little bit more room defensively.
Yeah, you know, you take a look at the the parts of the puzzle here for the Skylands Kings. They have some real talented players.
Absolutely. They're very, very skilled.
Here is Souza, who's unable to hold the blue line this time. 25 seconds to go. He'll swing it back, intended for Muzhin. Muzhin lost possession of the puck as he tried to clear. Now Dylan Weber doing some Yowman work. Dinzik flips it down the ice. This has the legs. No, it doesn't, as Nardi sends it off of the boards, not very far. Short little passes, but 2 seconds and 1, and that'll do it for the first period of play. So the old Hibbert in on the draw, and we're back underway.
I will say from this period, you will need a tighter defensive performance from the Danbury Colonials. Even though they have a 3-1 lead, they simply allowed too many rush opportunities.
Swinging one towards goal. It's loose in the blue paint, and unable to get a glove on it is King. Play continues. Turning is Remsen. Remsen gets around one, watched closely by Souza. Knocked off of the stick. Mastroni and Hibbert battling. Souza will go into the corner. Brady Hill there as well. Now Remsen, his shot gets deflected wide. Souza behind the net, manages to dipsy-doodle his way around the incoming forechecker. Now here's Clark the other way. Clark looking to split the defense. Clark in by himself. Great save by Nardi.
That's exactly what I mean. You've got too many skilled forwards up top for Skylands. You can't allow them that much room.
Now Cole Hibbert's shot gets deflected aside by Maverick Schemes. Arnold doing work in the corner as the rest of his team is in the middle of a change. Colonials unable to clear. Here's Trevor Christopher from the point. Deflected on goal, and Nardi punches it aside. Dinzik tries forcing it down low. Back at the point, Heiler, he takes a hit. Remsen, at the end of his shift, gets the puck out of the zone. Maverick Skeens sees it go off of his stick. Now Remsen will have to chase after it. Getting there first is Dinzik. Or check that, Sean Kenny behind the net. Taken away by Colby Donovan. Donovan finds Remsen, who has certainly had an extended shift to begin this second period. Off the stick of Zach Turner. Twin towers of defense out there right now for the Skylands Kings. Here's Trevor Christopher along for Brassard, helped along, and turning with it and finding Cole Hibbert is Thomas Hoffman. Hibbert will knock it down deep. Getting there first is Cole Madzey. Right on top of him is Clark. Weber up ahead for Dravage. Dravage unable to clear. Clark forcing it down deep. Puck on his backhand. Doesn't have much of a shooting angle, so he goes behind the net. Clark throws off another check and then tries going back for Brassard at the point. Brassard was sneaking on in, so it goes all the way down the ice, and King out of his cage gives along for Souza. Trevor Souza up the boards. Arnold is met by a pair of forecheckers. Colonials keep it in the zone.
Nice move by Dylan Weber to gain the inside there.
In the corner, Brassard lost possession of the puck. Shot was sent towards the cage by Dravage. It was blocked by Clark. Clark gets the puck down deep. Trevor Souza, the defenseman, he's the first man down. Lost possession of the puck. Dravage unable to clear. Arnold keeps it alive at the blue line. Arnold from his knees one more time. Now here's Clark stepping towards the front of the net. Left in front, and a great save by Nardi, as Nardi really put himself into trouble there. It was a loose puck in front. Nardi just kind of poked at it, and he put it right onto the stick of Clark as he was looking for his second.
Well, as a goaltender, all you got to do is put your body in front of the shot and let your pillows do the rest of the work. That was a terrific job by Michael Nardi. Very athletic play.
Reversed behind the net, so Cole Madzey has a forechecker on him, loses possession of the puck. Muzhin tries coming out the short side. Nardi got a stick on it. Ferrari now. Pair of defensemen battling with him. Ferrari manages to get out of that scrum and comes up with the puck. Turning with the puck, he leaves it for Myers. Myers, his centering attempt is knocked aside, but not out of the zone. Good offensive pressure here by the Skylands Kings, but then Souza's shot from the point is blocked by Dravage, but he's able to stay with it, and now he gets it back into the offensive zone. Here's Souza. Forced off the puck by Weber. In support is Joe Arnold. Or check that, Ferrari had the puck. Now Sean Kenny knocked out of midair by Dylan Weber. No high stick on the play. Muzhin and Weber both pinning the puck up against the boards, but now Trevor Christopher at the point. Swings it back down low.
Weber is gassed right now.
Yeah, I think they all are for the Danbury Colonials, as this has been all Skylands Kings. About 2 minutes now of sustained offensive pressure. Kenny wraps one around, Kings starting to get a change as Trevor Christopher pinching in from the point. Couldn't keep it in, and it gets flipped back down into this Kings zone. But really, that's the kind of pressure that the Kings need.
Absolutely, but it was a great shift. Even though he was out there for a long time, Dylan Weber did a great job clogging the lanes.
Here's McEnany in, and he chips one over the top of the net.
Easy to have tired legs. You want to make sure that you prevent that from happening.
Tired legs not only from being grinded down, but just from the simple fact of the overtime game. As off the face-off, a much more physical Danbury Colonials team trying to get possession of the puck, but the Kings responding in kind. Battling hard behind the net is Arnold. He's tied up with Franklin Berry. Now Hibbert comes up with the puck, tries feeding Clark in the slot. That's knocked away. And Colby Donovan up ahead for Dylan Weber. Weber can't get it into the zone. Hibbert just as quickly the other way, sends one off the boards. Franklin Berry lost possession of his stick. Berry will go into the corner to collect as Clark has the puck behind the net. Shrugs off a check by Cole Madzey. And Madzey gets it as far as the nice rabbit with the Magic Hat in center ice. Now Arnold again in the neutral zone. Broussard back for Arnold. He'll flip it into the zone. Chasing after this is Sean Kenny, and Kenny beats out the icing call. Kenny now with the puck on his backhand. He'll reverse it for Dinzik. Dinzik in the corner, now along the far sidewall, getting crunched against the boards with Souza, but he managed to keep the puck going. Now Souza finds the puck on his stick behind the net. Souza steps on out, takes a shot, saved by Nardi. Back for Kenny, his drive, saved by Nardi once again.
A great rapid succession there from Nardi, and Skylands is trying that stuff in, but Nardi's got such long and strong legs.
Here's Dinzik, handcuffed on the shot, it rolls in on goal, Nardi will hold on. Fun coming up here today.
Well, plus it's a rainy day, too. People forget how to drive in the rainy days.
Oh, I was very, very annoyed. I'm not sure if I got over 50 miles an hour, even on the parkway.
Oh, yikes.
Anyway, this is Remsen sending it down deep. It bounces in on goal, and Jacob King perhaps still looking for his confidence.
Trying to make that mental adjustment.
Off the draw, it's Colby Donovan with the puck in his skates on goal by Machar. As a bit of a hybrid line here for the Danbury Colonials. It's Colby Donovan out with Misha Machar and Jimmy Dravage. Dravage getting plenty of ice time in this game.
He is, and Machar usually skates with Dylan Weber. They're trying to get him a bit more involved in the offensive game. Here's
Souza waiting, winding, and firing, and having trouble with that was Nardi. Puck still in play. Now Broussard. Broussard gets around one. Can't get around two. Hoffman sees his pop up over on top of him. Dinzik lost possession. Machar will get it down deep, and Dravage will chase after it. 7.5 to go here in the second. Dravage gets drilled into the corner by a pair of Skylands Kings. Falling down on the play was Colby Donovan, and Sean Kenny's able to clear as far as the Colonials' blue line. Now Maverick Skeens taking things the other way. Into the Skylands zone. Skeens to the outside, thought about the pass, holds on to the puck, has to regain possession as it rolled off his stick. Tries going to Cope behind the net, and that's taken away by Broussard. Not out of the zone. Cope manages to free himself off the draw. Clean win by the Kings, but they are unable to clear. Maverick Skeens keeps it alive. He gives along for Madzey. Madzey has the power play goal in this game. He gives along down low for Machar. Now Madzey across Skeens, a one-timer, and Mastroni almost got a stick on it. There was some daylight on the short side.
Keep your eye on King once Brady Hill goes into the net. King was throwing jabs and straights to Brady Hill's back, and that was taking him out of the play. Great job by Hill.
Madzey with a drive off the glove of King. It bounces off the boards in front of a net. Now Cole Madzey with it again. Stops, looks for an option, has one at the point in Mastroni. He'll swing it along for Skeens.
There's another punch.
Skeens, that shot deflected by Machar wide. Well, Jacob King, yeah, take a look at that.
He's slashing him with his stick. I mean, it looks like I'm watching Billy Smith out here.
Skeens, another shot, didn't get all of it. It's loose on the side of the net. King trying to get a handle on it. Mastroni goes
for Skylands. But if they were to allow a goal late in the second period after dominating this period, that would be, I don't even know what the word would be.
A real momentum killer.
Crushing.
Here is Hoffman on the power play. Gives back Christopher. Pass was intended for Dinzik. Getting in the way of that was Mastroni, or check that, Madzey, and he sends it all the way down. Now under 3 to play in the period as King Sends this into an empty patch of ice. Weber was chasing after it, but it's Dinzik taking it up ahead. One hand on his stick, he gets it into the corner. Now he'll be able to corral. Dinzik tries passing one in front. Madzey got in the way of that. Cole Hibbert, again from Gretzky's office. That's knocked away. Clark, now Hibbert again. Hibbert weakly back to the point. Trevor Christopher keeps it alive, but only for a moment. He couldn't get it deep, and the Colonials are able to clear. Donovan takes a shot up high from Dinzik, goes back to the bench, no call coming. Meanwhile, in the offensive zone, it's Dylan Weber simply killing more time as there's now 25 seconds to go on the power. Mastroni on the draw, and we are back underway. Skylands Kings skating from left to right on your screens at home as Trevor Christopher will begin from behind his own net. Arnold up ahead, Hibbert. Cole Hibbert now finds Arnold once again. Arnold tries cutting towards the front. Backhand shot kicked aside by Nardi. He had to be sharp. Puck in the corner, taken away by Maverick Skeens. Skeens will stop behind his own net and look for a controlled breakout. He finds Brady Hill. Hill's pass goes over the stick of Mastroni, but finds Remsen and off.
The leading team Elmira several times this year, so they've played them very tightly.
Hoffman up ahead for Hibbert. Hibbert to the outside, stops and looks for an option, tries rattling it around the boards, no sail there, off the glass and back out towards center ice. Christopher goes D to D, this one rolls it on goal. Nardi missed on the cover attempt.
Whoops.
Yeah, it's whoops indeed, but good thing he had his stick down. So, puck now in the Skyland zone. Coming up with this is McCarthy. He finds Arnold. Hibbert had it knocked off his stick. Now Heiler. Heiler turns away from Colby Donovan, flips it up ahead. Looking for it is Hibbert. Missing it is Franklin Barry. Now Clark racing up ahead, and a good job by Nardi to send that into the corner.
Nardi didn't overcommit on the puck coming towards him. He could have taken a few extra steps, and that would have increased the percentage chance of danger. But he's able to stay in his crease, play the puck as it comes towards him.
That shot from the point off the chest of Nardi. He could not control the rebound. Now Christopher, a shot saved by Nardi. It's loose behind him and squirts out and out of the zone. Boy, you don't normally see the puck come out at that sort of angle. Icing is called, and the faceoff will come back down to the Danburys of play. It seems to be going, or it seems to favor the home team in this game.
Well, the post can be a netminder's best friend. That's why you see guys like David Riddick over there in Calgary kissing the post after a couple of key bailouts.
Listen, goalies are weird. Patrick Waugh would talk to his posts. I'm very curious if they ever talk back.
If they did, I think Patrick might have some other things to worry about.
Well, again, goalies are weird. We know this. No offense to any goaltenders who are
your way that bounces that really you can't even control that much. I mean, that's just the universe telling you that you were not destined to win this game.
No, a very frustrating game for head coach Adam Mitchell and his Skylands Kings team as, like you said, they did everything right in the second period. They had consistent offensive pressure and dangerous offensive pressure as well. And then suddenly you have two bang-bang goals like that, both of which, again, very strange. It's going to be a long bus ride home. At least it won't be a distance-wise long bus ride home.
And in the early goings of this period, we're 7 minutes into the third period, and the Danbury Colonials already have 9 shots on goal registered in the period. I mean, this has been a tremendous start. Exactly the kind of response that you want from this team.
The hit in front of the Danbury bench, getting the worst of it, was Wesley Westendorf. Trevor Christopher throwing the body around. This is Christopher again. He'll swing it over far side for McCarthy.
He does a great job of settling things down at the point. He's a very steady defenseman. When the puck comes his way, you're never concerned.
Nate Mastroni won the puck back to the point, and now it's Turner for Cope. Cope a shot. That deflected off of something in front. Yeah, not a bad weekend if you're Brandon Cope. Pair of goals in both games, you'll take that.
That's one that you'll write home about.
Puck in the corner. Now it's Cope below the goal line. He swings out towards the top of the circle, tries stick handling through everybody. Kind of successful doing it. His shot gets deflected wide. Turner plays catch with Mastroni behind the net. Now Turner again. Back up to Franklin Barry. Barry's shot, or rather, not a shot, he just kept it in. And then Barry looking for a call behind the play. None's coming as Hoffman got up high. Here's Turner in the neutral zone. He finds Cope. Cope through the legs of Souza, tried finding Mastroni, unable to do so. Hoffman gets the puck out of the zone, but this is really all Colonials in this third period as they send it down deep once again. Broussard turns away from the check of Nate Mastroni. From the point, shot on goal, went wide.
That's a good keep by Misha Machard there, joining the play. He's coming right over the boards and hops across the blue line, keeps it on sides, gets a shot on goal as a result.
Cope got around one defender, couldn't get around anyone else. Misha Machard throwing the body as Muzhin tries to get the puck out of the zone. He does, but it's just as quickly sent back in by the Colonials. Under 10 minutes to go here in the third period. Starting to see the physical play still there, but you're not seeing much in the way of sustained.
Except him. It almost was like it was a pass right in front to Levkov.
Now Clark up ahead through the defense. On a breakaway, Clark a shot, and saving that is Michael Nardi, as Nardi hasn't seen too many shots this period.
No, that's his first shot in quite some time. And that was a play where the offense was able to sneak by Levkov. He got and now he's got his nose looking towards the net a little bit much. You got to remember to get back on defense, Connor.
This is picked up by Mastroni. Brady Hill. Mastroni got dumped down behind the play. Referee beckons play on. Here's Trevor Christopher. Christopher has it knocked off of his stick. Remsen goes back to his defense. They'll regroup. And now Nate Mastroni over the red line and into the Skyland zone. Mastroni, his shot. That's easily waffle boarded aside by King. Remsen with some words for the referee as he was knocked down with no call coming. 6.5 to go. Hey, you know what? At least Kevin kept it clean that time.
Well, Brady Hill is screaming, "What is that?" And it's reverberating throughout the Danbury Arena because Brady Hill is a very vocal player. He is, again, like as we've said a couple of times, he likes to get his nose involved.
Here is Mastroni again. Mastroni a snapshot, saved by King. Rebound finds its way onto the far half wall. Controlled by the Colonials. Here's Mastroni in front. A weak backhander is knocked aside by King.
Well,
go ahead.
Mastroni's got a man standing on top of him. Both he and Trevor Christopher just stopped playing, and Christopher was just standing on top of Mastroni. It looked like he was trying to give him a horsey ride.
A horsey ride. Shot saved by King. That went off his mask. Maverick Skeens looking to find the back of the net.
It's the 4:25 left in the game. Let the clock run down. Let your emotion, take the high road, and let your emotions simmer down.
Exactly, because you know, in a game like this where, barring a miracle, the result is already known, but with a game like this, you don't want to get injured, you don't want to get suspended.
That's true.
You don't want to lose time, especially with the holiday break coming up here in the NA3. You don't want that hanging over your head. You might not even be allowed to go out to, the tournament up in Blaine, Minnesota.
And, of course, you wouldn't want to be put on Santa's naughty list either.
Of course not.
This is a risky time of year.
Heiler goes across. Kenny's shot is blocked. 40 seconds gone by on the Skylands power play. They'll have to start from 200 feet away once again as Jacob King behind his net.
You know who's seen a lot of minutes in this period, Zach, is Nate Mastroni, as there he is causing some havoc behind the end line. He's been really aggressive on this penalty kill. This is another great stick-work play. He's making sure they have no breathing room.
They really don't, as Souza finds it up ahead for Broussard. Jeremy Broussard stops, loses the puck, nearly got it back. And now coming the other way is Connor Levkov, again, the defenseman. Getting involved offensively, and this time shorthanded as well.
And, well, that's a play by Mastroni.
Made it to the NHL, or didn't make it to the NHL as a player, but now behind the bench for the Danbury Hat-Tricks, you never know what the future holds.
You got to start somewhere, and he's done a great job in his first professional gig.
This is Dylan Weber sending it down deep once again, 25 to go. We are back to five-a-side hockey. Hoffman can't corral it from the point. It's deflected. Palamike got a stick on it.
Ooh, that's a dangerous play there by Palamike. That was sneaky on that near side post.
Palamike in front of the net. 10 seconds to go. On November 23rd, that will be, or check that, on December 5th, that will be a 7 o'clock face-off. And then on the 24th, it will be on the 8th, it will be